This video is brought to you by Lark. What's up my friends, Mike again, glad to have you guys back. In this video, we're going over my Ultimate Dream Setup version 3. A lot of changes has happened since my last desk setup video on YouTube. I moved to a new space, which gave me complete freedom to design it exactly the way I wanted it. I put in a lot of thought in this setup, so after months of figuring out what works best, I'm super excited to show you guys the build process and all the key decisions, changes, and tips and tricks that I made to make this space work for my needs as a full-time content creator on YouTube and Instagram. Hopefully this video will give you guys some good inspiration and ideas as to what can be the best work from home setup for yourself. And by the way, everything is linked in the description, so if there's something that you like in today's video, you can check that out. Also, if you find the video helpful, remember to like and subscribe to the channel as that really helps me out. And without further ado, let's get started. So the new room that I moved into was originally a yellow and brown color, and yes, it's not the most appealing, so I wanted a more modern and bold look. I collected pictures on the internet of themes and rooms that I really liked and put them into Notion. There was definitely a few themes that really caught my eye. I really liked the dark rooms paired with wooden accents along with some greenery for a more natural and calming vibe. So I decided to paint one wall a dark black and blue color called Black Forest from Dulux, and then I painted the other side white for some contrast. It's quite amazing what a difference a fresh coat of paint can make, and now that I have the two main colors down, it's time to deck out the space. So the first major upgrade in the setup would be the desk. I got the suede desk from Ergonomics. It's a solid wood motorized standing desk, and I did get the bigger version. It is 72 by 30 inches, which gives me plenty of space to work on. I like how it gives you the option to install wheels at the base, which makes moving this thing around very easy. And I just love how it looks because the entire desktop is beautifully crafted out of solid walnut. Using this as the main piece in the setup really adds a warm and natural look to the space, which fits perfectly with the look that I'm going for. The desk has an integrated touch interface in the lower right corner of the desktop. I can adjust the desk very quickly by holding the up or down buttons, or I can use the two programmable settings to automatically get to my sitting and standing heights, which I actually switch between quite often to keep me moving throughout the day. To complement the desk, I got the Ergonomics neat filing cabinet with the walnut panels as well. It's super handy to keep less used items at arm's reach, and man, look at that soft close action. And of course, to protect the desk, I'm using a desk pad by GroveMade. The material it's made of is very durable. I've used this type of desk pad in my last setup as well. It saved me from many coffee spills, and it's great at hiding fingerprints, scratches, and of course, the sweaty hand marks during my intense gaming sessions. So it's great that I rarely have to clean it, and it gives my desk a very modern look as well. So moving on, right above the desk lies my two computers under my desk shelf. So this is the little cute Mac Mini that I've been using for the past 2 years to make all the video and photo content on my YouTube and Instagram. I'll put the specs on the screen, and yes, it's not using an M1 chip. However, I can still edit 4K videos with no problems at all, and that's because of the things that I've got connected on the side. So first, I'm using a 2-bay external drive that's holding 4 TB in each bay, and it's fast enough that I can edit straight from it. And then we have the external GPU, which houses the RX 580 inside to work with my Mac Mini. So with this combination, I won't need to buy the new fancy stuff for the next few years unless I start editing in 8K. Oh god. And by the way, I got these connected to my Mac Mini by using really long Thunderbolt 4 cables, which is neatly organized so that the desk can move up and down. I'll show you how I did my cable management later in the video. Moving along, let's talk about my gaming laptop. I'm using the MSI GE66 Raider. This laptop is truly a beast. It has the RTX 3080 inside, and I'll put the other specs on the screen. I've been using it for the past 3 months, and whatever game I throw at it, it runs super smoothly. The screen has a 300Hz refresh rate, but I actually don't use it much, and that's because most of the time it's living under the desk shelf. I actually like to connect it to my ultra-wide monitor instead. And the cool thing about this setup is that I can switch between my Mac Mini and laptop with the press of a button without removing my keyboard and mouse. See, it still works. So all this is possible because my monitor has a KVM switch built into it. My mouse and keyboard are connected to the back of the monitor, and the switch directs the connection to the right device. So I'm super happy about this dual OS setup. Having it like this works really well with my wireless mouse and keyboard to keep the desk clean and clutter-free. And by the way, I'm still using the same keyboard and mouse. It's the Logitech G915TKL and the Logitech G502. I've been using these for a whole year now, and I can say that the wireless connection is top notch, especially if you're using both Mac and PC. The other thing that I've been using a lot is this notepad by GroveMade. I find it really helpful to write out all my tasks and always have it visible. Crossing things off the list is very satisfying for me. Nothing beats good old pen and paper. As a content creator, I work a lot at the desk, sitting like 8 to 10 hours a day, so ergonomics is really important to me, and there are a few major additions in this area. So first, I replaced my old monitor arm with the Herman Miller All-In. Before I installed it, I placed a mat under the mount to protect the desk. I chose this monitor arm because it was one of the only ones that can fully support the weight of my ultra-wide monitor. And on the back of the arm, there's a place where you can adjust the tension. For my monitor, I had to adjust it to level 7 out of 10. I gotta say, I really like the wide range of motion on this monitor arm. It's just really easy to adjust so that I can get the monitor to the right height. This is important so that I can have better posture working at the desk, whether I'm sitting or standing. Moving along, I'm still using the BenQ Screenbar Plus. I love how it doesn't take up any space on the desk, and it lights up quite a big area so that I can have visibility of everything and keep my eyes healthy. Even without the other lights on, having this one on is usually good enough, and I just love how it makes your setup glow. As for the chair, I'm currently using the Secretlab Titan Evo. This is the Soft Weave Plus version in black. It's definitely a handsome, cool looking chair. I really like using the 4-dimensional adjustable armrest because it's great at supporting my elbows flat with the desk. Also, it has an integrated lumbar support, so I can be super comfortable when lying down in my zero-gravity setup. Yup, you heard that right. This is where everything comes to work together so that I can lie down in a position that relieves a lot of pressure off my spine so that I can just relax and enjoy whatever I'm doing when I'm tired. So under my desk, I have a drum stool, which I use as a footrest, and then I have a lap desk, which fits perfectly with my keyboard and mouse. So sitting like this really helps with my back pain, but I gotta admit, it kinda makes me want to fall asleep after a while. So I usually just sit in this position for 10 to 15 minutes just so I can rest a bit, and then I'll go back to a normal position to continue working. But if I'm watching a movie, or if I just want to kill time and relax, then I can sit like this for a long, long time. And guys, this is the Lark bottle. I've been using it for the past 3 months. And the amazing thing is that it's actually a high-tech water purification system. It cleans itself automatically every 2 hours for 10 seconds to make sure your water and bottle stays clean. And it does this by using a proprietary UVC LED technology that emits UVC light. This triggers a photochemical reaction to eradicate bacteria and viruses, eliminating harmful odor-causing germs by simply destroying their DNA. So there are 2 modes to the Lark bottle. There's normal mode, which runs a 60-second cycle, and there's adventure mode, which runs a 3-minute cycle. So whether you're filling it up with tap water, stream water, river water, and etc., it's gonna be okay. The Lark bottle is gonna clean it for you. Just make sure the water you're using is clear to the eyes with no heavy sediments. And by the way, the battery life on this is great. 1 full charge is enough for me to clean my water for 1 to 2 months. I used to have a ton of these reusable insulated bottles, but I never end up using them for long because they smell kind of funny even though I wash them. So guys, using the Lark bottle has been great. I love that I don't have to have a big clunky water filter in my office, and I can use this instead to clean my water and keep me hydrated while I work. The bottles are available in 2 sizes and 6 different colors. This is a product that really combines functionality with aesthetics, so it's gonna look great in any setting, especially on your desk. Because the obsidian black blends in very well with my setup, and I gave the granite white to my wife, and I also think it looks great in her space. So guys, if you're looking for a portable water purification system, definitely check out the Lark bottle using my link in the description below. And big thanks to Lark for sponsoring today's video. Moving along, let's talk about adding some personality to the space to make it truly unique. Empty walls are always like a big canvas, so it can get a bit intimidating, but I do find it a lot easier to work on after my setup is complete so that I can design around it. Just like how I plan where to put my Demon Slayer poster. This is a metal poster from Displate. I saved the magnets from last time to reuse on this wall, and I'm happy to say that they retained their stickiness. It's been a few weeks now, and it's still holding up strong. The poster by itself looks really cool, but as always, lighting makes everything better. I added a lamp on the side to light it up, and it really brings the colors to life. And next up, for the statement piece on the wall, I'm using the Nanoleaf Elements panels. These panels look like wood, which I really appreciate because it complements the rest of the space, giving it a warm and organic feel. It's very important to find the right design, as this is going to be staying on the wall for a while, but thankfully visualizing this on the wall was easy using their app. After choosing the right design, installing this was simple. The important things to note is to find the center of the wall and to make sure each panel was straight using a level. And of course, these panels do light up. It's a huge risk to use light panels on the wall as the main thing, as it could take away from the look of your entire space if it's too much. However, this design and the calm ambient lighting really adds to the space. I'm really satisfied with this look. There is of course a problem here, and that is this cable that stands out. So to hide the cable, I decided to paint it the same color as the wall. It's not completely gone, but it's a lot better than before. I also added some plants on both sides. They're supposed to help with mood, reduce stress, increase creativity, and all that good stuff. However, one of them is fake. Can you tell which one? And if you really want to make a space look good, cable management is a must. The goal is to not be able to see any cables when you're looking at the setup from the front. I find that using a desk shelf really helps hide the cables connected to the back of the computers. And under the desk, I'm using the cable management solution that's made specifically for this desk. And the unique thing is that you can actually tie things to it through the holes. So after plugging everything in, I wrapped the loose cables together and tied it to the plate. And to hold my gaming laptop charger, I used these folding hooks from IKEA. It worked super well with this tray so that I can quickly take my charger when I go out and not have to store it on top of the desk when it's plugged in. So after it's done, this is what it looks like from the back. And the last thing that I did was to run the power and Thunderbolt 4 cables through a clip at the end of the desk so that they can move freely up and down with the standing desk. I'm really happy with my cable management for this setup. It's definitely worth investing the 10 or 20 minutes to hide your cables, as it makes a massive difference. Now let's talk about the other reason why I like to have a nice looking space. This is also a film set. I make YouTube videos full time and I need this space to transform very quickly into different things with minimal setup time. And if you're a regular viewer, I'm sure you would recognize this set, and if you don't, make sure you like and subscribe. But anyways, this is what it looked like before, and this is after the painting. On the right hand side, it looked a bit empty, so I decided to put on some nano leaf lights on the wall. Again, I used the app for hours to find the right design. So again, finding the center of the wall is super important. It's gonna make this whole process a lot easier. The panels do take a bit of time to build, but man, it is so worth it in the end. The footage you see right now doesn't do it justice. It looks really good when you see it with your own eyes. It can also change into a lot of different colors and patterns. There's a whole community who makes those things in the app that you can just download. And on the left of the set, we have the Govee Glide. I got it casually leaning on the wall. This is a very simple and elegant light, which seems to be a very long light tube, but it's actually 6 individual lights connected together. I just love how the connections are seamless. So there's a ton of different light and scenes and all of that as well that you can change in the app. Again, I'm drawn to a sunset glow kind of colors because I think it matches the room the best. And by the way, I am using LifeX lights in the ceiling as well, and this is done so that I can change the entire mood of the room with just a click of a button. Anyways, I know this is a bit overkill, but I put a lot of effort in making the space work specifically for myself. I actually designed the desk setup side to be convertible into a living room setup as well, just by adding a couch, and I think it looks awesome as well. I planned it this way from the very beginning because I can truly use this as another set for filming. It just opens up the possibilities for more opportunities in the future as my content grows. Also, from the last few years of working from home, I've learned that the space that I work in has a huge impact on just how productive I am. So I've tried to create a space that inspires me to be creative, productive, and ultimately somewhere that I enjoy being in, so that work doesn't seem too much like work. So everything you see in this setup has been 5 years in the making. Back then, I started from a very budget setup, and each year I constantly refined the space by upgrading, removing, and moving things around to better match my personality and work requirements. And that evolution has grown to the setup that I have today, which I'm very, very fortunate to have, but also worked very hard for. If you guys want to improve your setup, make sure to follow people on Instagram and YouTube for inspiration. You can see how their designs work and implement them into your own. So that's why you guys should like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already yet. Like for reals, like you right behind the screen right now. I promise there's a whole lot of content coming that can help you improve your setup and your space as well. So make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and turn the notification bell on to get the latest updates about my channel from YouTube. And again, I added links to everything that I talked about in the description below for your convenience to check out. And if you have any questions at all, please comment below. I'd love to help you guys out. And if you're still watching now, thank you so much for watching till the end and supporting my videos. Make sure to drop a fire emoji in the comments to let me know that you're still here. And that's it for now, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the very next video. Bye!